For those of you taking the AP Lang exam, it is so crucial that you understand that using the sources and synthesizing the sources are not the same thing. A lot of students walk into question 1 thinking, I know what to do, I just need to use 3 sources. But the essay is asking for much more than that. It's asking you to build an argument with the sources, which means your paragraph has to show how the evidence works together inside one line of reasoning. My name is Dr. Whitney Costers, and I am an AP reader and an English professor, and I am going to walk you through the difference inside one paragraph and show you step by step exactly how to do this. So stay with me, because last year alone, the mean score for question 1 was 3.45 out of 6 on set 1 and 3.78 out of 6 on set 2, which tells us how easy it is to get part of the way there without fully controlling the skill. Now, for our purpose, I'm going to use 2 placeholder sources because I'm showing 1 paragraph level revision move. But when you take the actual exam, remember that the full essay needs to synthesize at least 3 provided sources. So this is 1 paragraph. A capable student might write, Source A establishes that access to technology remains uneven across communities, while Source C explains that public institutions can provide shared resources such as technology access and community support. Together, these sources show that public institutions continue to serve an important role. So this is clear and it uses relevant evidence, and I think that's why so many students stop at this point. But on the AP Lang synthesis essay, clear source use is only the starting point. Readers are looking for a defensible claim, evidence that supports that claim, and commentary that explains how the evidence develops the writer's reasoning. So you have to go further and explain the relationship between the sources more precisely. The sentence tells me the sources are connected, but it doesn't yet explain what one source helps us understand about the other. So here is the kind of revision you should make. You should keep the idea from source A, but make its role in the paragraph clearer. Source A establishes the central problem. Access to technology remains uneven across communities. That change tells the reader why this evidence is here. It's not just background information about technology, it actually gives the paragraph a problem to reason from. Then I would revise the source C sentence so it grows out of that problem. Source C clarifies why that unevenness requires a public response by describing how institutions, such as libraries, can provide technology access and community support when home access is unreliable or unavailable. So this is stronger than saying public institutions are useful because it gives the second source a reason for being in the paragraph. It answers the question created by the first source. If access is uneven, what kind of support can reduce the effects of that unevenness? Then I would add the sentence that many students leave unwritten. Read together, the sources suggest that institutions such as libraries remain necessary because technology access is not distributed equally, and shared public resources can reduce the academic, professional, and civic consequences of that uneven access. So this sentence shows the reasoning. It doesn't merely repeat that the sources are connected. It explains the argument the writer can make because those sources have been considered together. So here is the revised paragraph. This revision is not about making the sentence sound more advanced. It's about making the reasoning visible. Remember that a synthesis paragraph has to help the reader see why these sources belong in conversation with each other. One source might identify the problem, another might reveal a consequence, a limit, a response, or a complication. The writer's job is to explain that relationship clearly enough that the paragraph feels argued and not assembled. So this is also why many teachers warn students away from phrases like "this shows." There's actually nothing wrong with it, and I would personally use it. But the risk is that it can let a writer move past the most important part too quickly. A more precise verb can force the sentence to say what the evidence is actually doing. So you might want to use something like establishes, clarifies, complicates, extends. Those kinds of qualifiers are useful when they help the writer name the role of the evidence. Also, before the exam, look at one synthesis paragraph and ask, if I took away the source labels, would the relationship between the ideas still be clear? Could a reader tell why the second piece of evidence belongs after the first? And could they see what claim becomes stronger because these sources are read together? This is truly one of the most common issues I see across student writing, not just on this exam. So I do have a full lecture on how to synthesize sources, and in that lecture, I go beyond this one paragraph move by showing how to stop organizing writing source by source, how to build paragraphs around ideas instead, how to decide where sources actually belong, and how to use different sources together so they develop the same point. It's linked below. And if you feel like you just need more direct exam help, I've linked my AP Lang Survival Guide and my 30-minute essay rescue kit. The Survival Guide walks through the major parts of the exam and the writing moves that you need most, and the rescue kit is for the moment when time is really tight, you're feeling the pressure, and you just need a very clear plan for getting an essay on the page. I wish you the very best of luck.